Most people think money is about hard work, luck, or talent. But what if that's not the full story? The truth is, money is a psychological game. It's a game the rich have been playing for centuries, and its rules were written long ago, in the age of Niccolò Machiavelli. He wrote about power, politics, and control. But hidden between his words are timeless laws of wealth that still rule the world today. Because real power, the kind that builds fortunes, isn't loud, doesn't shout. It moves quietly, through strategy, control, and silence. These are the 7 Machiavellian secrets of wealth. These are the principles that built empires in Renaissance Florence, and they're the same principles building fortunes today. Let's begin. Secret number 7, invisible capital. Machiavelli warned, fortune changes, prudence endures. Your money can vanish overnight. A market crash, a bad investment, a personal crisis. But your skills, your reputation, and your network, those can't be stolen. The great merchants of Florence understood this deeply. Their true wealth wasn't just the gold in their vaults. It was their credibility. It was their name. Even when they lost everything in a political upheaval or a failed venture, they could rebuild. Why? Because trust was their currency. People knew their word was their bond. So ask yourself this: if you lost every single dollar you have today, who would call you tomorrow with an opportunity? Who would trust you enough to help you get back on your feet? That list of names, that's your real net worth. It's your invisible capital. It's the asset that outlives every crisis and every market swing. Secret number 6, the discipline of control. Can't master wealth if you can't first master yourself. Machiavelli famously said, "He who cannot govern himself cannot govern fortune." It's a simple, brutal truth. In the modern world, our money is hidden. It's just numbers on a screen, digits in an app. You tap your phone, you swipe your card, and just like that, your awareness disappears. The friction of spending is gone, and with it, your consciousness of what you're actually doing. But the wealthy, the truly powerful, they stay awake. They see every transaction not as a simple swipe, but as a strategic move. They maintain a sharp awareness of where their resources are flowing. Try this simple experiment for 1 week. Track all your spending manually. No apps, no automation. Use a physical notebook and a pen. Write down every coffee, every subscription, every single purchase. The discomfort you'll feel, it's awareness returning. And awareness is the first step to control. It is the first weapon of the powerful. Secret number 5, strategic minimalism. The truly powerful don't strive to own more. They strive to own better. They understand a fundamental truth that many of us miss. Every extra thing you buy, every unnecessary possession, owns a piece of you back. It demands your time, your energy, your attention. Machiavelli taught princes to appear humble, to embrace simplicity. Why? Because simplicity hides strength. It makes you unreadable. When you're not flashy, when you're not drowning in possessions, your opponents can't gauge your resources or your intentions. Before you make your next purchase, ask yourself a simple, powerful question. Will this item strengthen my position, or will it weaken it? Will it serve my long-term goals, or is it just a fleeting desire? Desire fades, but discipline that compounds over time. The less you display, the harder you are to read, and the harder you are to control. Secret number 4, the ledger of power. Back in Renaissance Florence, merchants kept detailed ledgers by hand. But these books weren't just for tracking money. They were for tracking mindset. They operated on a powerful belief: what is not seen is not ruled. Each entry they made was an act of command. It was a conscious decision to turn the chaos of business into an ordered, understandable system. It was a record of their control over their financial world. Today, your ledger can be anything that brings you that same clarity. It could be a simple notebook, a detailed spreadsheet, or a daily journal. The tool doesn't matter as much as the act itself. The key is to write everything down. Your income, your expenses, your investments, your financial goals, your wins, your losses. Because here's the rule: what you don't measure masters you. If you don't track it, you can't control it. Your ledger is your map and your compass in the world of wealth. Secret number 3, the fear of debt. Debt is the most elegant and insidious form of slavery ever invented. It doesn't put chains on your body. It puts chains on your future. It limits your choices, drains your energy, and keeps you tethered to a life you might not want. Machiavelli warned rulers, "He who depends on others loses command." The same is true for your finances. If your lifestyle, your home, your car, your daily comforts depend on credit, you are not in control. The bank is in control. The credit card company is in control. You are serving their interests, not your own. True freedom isn't about owning a lot of things. It's about owning less, but owing nothing. Every single dollar of debt you carry is a vote you cast against your future self. The truly powerful don't fear poverty. They can always rebuild. What they fear is dependence. They fear losing their autonomy. That is the real prison. Secret number 2, the circle of power. In Florence, ambitious merchants formed small, exclusive alliances. They called them company. The structure was simple. Each member would contribute a set amount of gold into a pot each month. One member, chosen by lot, would take the entire sum. This wasn't gambling. It was a system built on trust and accountability. It was a way to force discipline and accelerate capital accumulation. They forged wealth far faster than individual luck ever could. Most importantly, it created a circle of people who held each other to a higher standard. You need to build your own modern-day power circle. Find 2 or 3 disciplined, ambitious allies who share strategy, not excuses. The crowd distracts you with noise and trends, but a tight, focused circle multiplies your efforts. When you surround yourself with ambition, with discipline, with a drive for excellence, your own will inevitably double. And now, the most important rule of all, secret number 1, silent wealth. This is the greatest Machiavellian law of money. Hide your fortune. Display invites envy. Envy invites threat. What's a tale as old as time? It's the richest Florentine merchants, the ones with real dynastic power, often wore plain, simple robes. It was their less successful rivals who draped themselves in gold and jewels. They understood that wealth that whispers lasts far longer than wealth that shouts. Before you buy something, ask yourself, am I buying this for its intrinsic value or for its visibility? Am I acquiring this to improve my life or to impress others? The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to be untouchable. Because those who perform wealth for an audience eventually lose it. They become targets. They make emotional decisions. But those who protect their wealth, who build it in the quiet, they are the ones who rule. They operate from a position of unseen strength. In the end, Machiavelli never wrote a book about money. Didn't need to. He understood something much deeper. Wealth is a form of power, and power always obeys the disciplined. It follows the strategic, the patient, and the self-controlled. So ask yourself the final question. Are you performing success for the world to see? Or are you quietly building real power for yourself? Because as Machiavelli wrote, the wise build in silence, while fools perform their ruin aloud. Thanks for watching. If these ideas resonated with you, subscribe for more content on the mindset of power and wealth.